Hello, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Kurt, and welcome back to Kerbal Space Program. Welcome back to the surface of the moon. That's right, we are continuing our Holy Roller Rover mission. See, I've learned how to say it properly. And right at the end of the last mission, we successfully landed vertically. We made a big mess by dismantling our lander and tipping over sideways, and we are ready to rove on the moon with Luke Kerbin at the helm, and we have, who do we have? Brothers Endo and Endos Kerbin manning up the science laboratory. I gathered some science on orbit, so I feel as though I should transmit that. Review data. And it was analyzed by the crew, so I should be able to transmit it, and since it's connected, I should be able to reset it. Isn't that how it works? That's how it works, right? It says inoperable after transmitting, but I hope that's not the case, because I have... Let me look at the map. There is a map on the Kerbal Space Program wiki that details all of the biomes. Apparently, this is the Far Side Crater, man. We're in the Far Side Crater. This is a biome. A biome is right here. This shaded area, differently shaded area over here, kind of highlands, I believe it's called. And then there's a third biome that we're nearby, which is the slightly darker lowlands, northern lowlands area. This giant crater is another biome. I believe this one might not be, but this one is. And then there's the polar regions are different biomes, and there's a few different biomes based on craters. But we kind of lucked out in that this is one biome, we're by a second biome, and we should, within reason, be able to drive to this third biome and at least get 3 biomes worth of science out of this mission. That's the whole reason to bring a rover to the surface of the moon, although I probably had enough fuel in these stages that I could have done my science, lifted off, gone to the other biome, lifted off. So that's why I kind of feel like, as it stands now, exploring the biomes with one rover is not the most useful use of your resources. But let's just transmit what we have and see what happens as far as this is concerned. Might be out of luck as far as the reusability is, but alright, let me transmit all the data that I have. One experiment module will become inoperable if the data is removed. But transmit the reusable ones only. I've got a very cool radar. You're pointing the wrong way. I don't think that's where the planet is, but 30 science, 32 science. Yeah, okay, I had a sample and an EVA report, but I wonder why this review the data. This was in space near the moon? Okay, no, keep that data. Let me compare as to what type of science I would get from the surface. 20. And then I get 10%, so there's 25. Same amount. Dust samples. Huh. So, process in lab module. I don't understand how this works. We're sitting here just parked, not even doing any roving. Luke is like, what's going on back there? I gotta put this thing in high gear. I gotta go. Gotta get going. Inoperable after transmitting. Huh. Keep that data. I'll review that later. Let's, where are we specifically? Let's start making our way towards the edge here. I feel like that... Oh man, that crater... Oh man, we are in for a drive. Okay, I am... Okay, so what I should do is actually turn around and go back in the direction I landed from. because it looks like the border would be over there. So we've got a little bit of roving to do. Hopefully it doesn't take too long. So yeah, basically that way. Just aim for that rock and then we'll choose another rock. Alright, so let's take off the brakes. I have 2 different modes for the wheels. These things tend to flip over easily. So I have this mode where only the front 2 wheels turn. But I also have, I believe it's 9? Yeah, I press 9 and then I have 8-wheel steering, but as you can see, it makes for much more maneuverability, but much more tippy-overness as well. So let's get going. I'm finding, I saw this in the last episode as well, but rovers on the moon don't work too well. Like, the gravity is just low enough where we'll start to see a lot of wheel spin. Whoa, if we go too fast and drifting. I might need to unlock the larger rover wheels. Maybe they have more grip, but I feel like it would be... I don't know. I can still... I like this rover design. I feel like this could be good if we take it to Draze, that big asteroid. That's not an asteroid, it's actually a planet, but it's sitting out beyond Duna. We've been there once before with an unmanned mission in a previous save. But we're still, you know, and there's only one biome, is only the one biome that is there, the Draze. But it would be cool because I think it's bigger than the moon and it has more mass and more gravity than the moon. So it would be interesting to see the performance of a rover on that thing. But all right, here we are. We have come to this crest. Let's slow down. Brake lights, brake lights, brake lights, brakes, 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 and like a glove. All right, let's put on the parking brakes. And let's see where we're probably still in the same biome, I think. Far side crater, 12 science, process in lab. Is it just the goo containers that get reset? Inoperable blaster train. I thought let's just transmit this one and let's see if we're able to reset it after we transmit it. 18 science with the goo container isn't that, if we lose the ability to use this again, that's not that big a deal. People were asking, oh, how are you going to get these guys home? You don't have any rockets left on the rover. Ha! You obviously have not been watching my Kerbal Space Program videos. I never bring my guys home. We are on an exploration and colonization mission in my space program. We're not so much about returning safely back to Kerbin. So let's just transmit this one thing, science. Well, why? Okay, well, transmit. We're just doing science. Science! Data removed, mystery goo, 18 science added, done. And yeah, we appear to have lost the ability. Well, that stinks. The whole reason I attached this science container is so that I can reset my experiments and do them over and over again. I was told, false advertising. I was told that is how you do things. Do they have to literally be attached to the module? Huh. Well, I suppose this is news. Log the temperature? Ooh, that was almost as much science as the mystery goo container. Well, actually, it's going to be more science once I process it, will it not be? It will indeed. It will indeed. Keep that data. Let's, while we're in here. Gravity data. Oh, 36 science. This is turning into a very useful bit of science. All right, well, we can start moving. Oh, where's that traction? Where's that traction? We can keep moving. That is one of the great things. Yeah, see, we're spinning our tires. The great things about having this mobile laboratory is that these guys can be working in the back while Luke Kerbin has an amazing drive along the surface of the moon. See, they're only 43% done with that science, and woo! Yeah, he's happy. He's like, yeah, bring it on, moon. How dare you question my driving abilities. I'm going to have to watch my speed, especially going downhill. I don't know if you remember the fate of my first rover I brought to the moon, but it was not good. You reach a certain speed and then you start to take jumps. Alright, here's a little bit of a crest, or a little bit of a divot that we'll have to slow down for. The suspension should handle it. Yeah, I actually built this thing... Oh, ease. With ease! I actually built this thing in the airplane hangar. I'm not sure... Oh, drifting. I'm not sure... A minor quake on the surface. 54 science. Keep that data. Let's get back up to this next ridge. I built this in the airplane hangar in order to get the proper symmetry. But it was a real pain still to bring it into the VAB. I had to actually go out into my save, like my games, the installation area, and copy and paste it from the spaceplane hangar to the VAB ships, and then integrate it vertically, and it kind of caused a little bit of a mess with the different save versions, but I eventually got it to work. Alright, brake. I probably could take this science while I'm moving, although the... Up. Brakes. In vacuum. Oh, okay, so the barometer isn't going to work. Oh well, it's there. Gravioli, log the gravity data. Those bring you a lot. Process, my friends. That's going to take a lot of time, so let's continue making progress towards the far lands. I feel like resetting one of these and getting them in one of the different biomes. That's a real shame. I thought that was one of the purposes of the science module, was so that you could do more science. Oh well. Where are we? Oh, this is going to take a while. The lights are very helpful. Some purple lights down for the ladder so you can see. Like I said, we got a ton of batteries, but as you can see already, just driving along just destroys your electric charge. So yeah, I have four of these batteries lined up there, and this is simply a tri-coupler thing. Because I wanted to bring 2 of these things along. Apparently I should have brought 3 and been able to do 1 from each biome, but I had no idea. I was ignorant to the plight of the science module. Luke looks a little bit worried. We are going a little bit uphill here. 100%! 48 science. Keep the data. Where's the sun? Okay, it's well above us, and we've got plenty of solar panels. These are also acting as some sort of downforce producing spoiler with the 0 gravity or 0 atmosphere we're in. That really makes a difference. Have I done a crew report from here? Let's look without... Oh, we haven't. From the far side crater. Keep that data. Well done. Oh, I'm like, what is that? That's the flag. Oh, don't slow down. You're losing momentum. So, well, I actually kind of want to be going up north because that is where that other biome is. I might not be able to make that 3rd biome. Oh, no! Speaking of which, what have I done? Yeah, see, I'm spinning my tires. Torque. Come on, you can do it. This is also, in building it in the airplane hangar, it is properly balanced. I got the center of gravity right in between the tires, which is why these 2 tires stick out so far in front, because there's a lot of weight in the back here. Or actually, no, the cupola weighs a lot. That's what was screwing me up and making me have to make it kind of give it a weird stance. Oh, that's a rock. Watch out for the rock. Iceberg right ahead. You can do it, Luke Kerbin. Ah. Easy, easy. We even get to see the wheels from here and the nice purple lights beneath us. Fuse box. Boulder, boulder. Shot for the boulder. Alright, I think I'm going to have to... Whoa, I said watch out for the boulder. I think you'd clip right through them, but I think we're going to have to cut away to see what it's going to take to get to this other biome. As I had feared, this is somewhat of a laborious process. I probably don't want to go down into that crater, so I'll probably have to pitch left a little bit. Although I feel as though I might be actually climbing the ridge of the crater, which is what this is all about. Alright. As you've learned with your off-road racing career, Luke Kerbin, don't go straight up a hill. It's always easier to go slightly at a pitched angle. Wow, yeah, we're very far away in terms of the altitude. Yeah, we landed at 2,000 meters. We're already up to 2,500 meters. Yeah, alright, so I will be right back when something more interesting happens. Alright, un momento. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, I am temporarily back because look at this. Look at this crazy backdrop that we have. We are splitting the gap between these two large double craters, trying to get to our destination. That is going a little bit fast downhill, though. I gotta be wary of that. Almost had an accident on the way over here. Started to tip. Was out on 4 of my 8 tires. That was no good. But yeah, once you get above maybe 10 meters per second, it starts to get a little bit sketchy, so I try to stay a little bit below that. But yeah, I thought that was kind of a cool little image that we had from this perspective. And back there is where the rover landing took place, or where the landing took place, I suppose. And trying to get over there somewhere. Gotta constantly be switching back and forth. I don't want to get too far away from the rover, but yeah. Cool beans indeed. We're doing all right with our electric charge still. The uphill was a little bit tough, getting above even 3 meters per second, but now that we're going downhill, kind of just gliding, because, like I said, things can get pretty scary. I feel like, whoa, yep, see, watch that, watch it. I feel like transmitting the data we have. Okay, whoa, brakes. Keep the lid on it there, Luke. I know you're kind of happy about how fast you're going, but we do not need any accidents. And dents, actually, in the rover. Yeah, I feel like transmitting what we have. What is the, so I would get 30, and that's from the surface. 22.5, that was in space near the moon. I want to reset that one because it's worth more to get it from the other biome, so we'll do that. But yeah, let's transmit data and the reusable ones only right now, because we got all that gravioli, and we had an EVA, or not an EVA report, a crew report, 20 science, And then we had a bunch of these other science stuff going on. 48 science from the gravity scan. Gravity scans are great. Great things to be gotten. Slow down a little bit. 54, 24, and done. Very nice indeed. So I feel like we're just gonna get one more of the these guys, and then one more goo detection from this next biome, if we ever get there. Am I floating? Oh, okay. It sometimes doesn't look like I'm actually on the surface. But we have to... Alright, slow up. We're going to take a moment to do some navigation here. Alright, so let's go to the map. Oh god, we are so close. So we really just have to... I don't know where the biome begins and ends. We're gonna have to test with crew reports. Oh, we should start to see a Kerbin rise eventually. Kind of follow the ridge of this crater. Just kind of due east. So on the 90, that would be? Or... Okay, there's that crater over there. So yeah, kind of through this valley, I'm assuming. Should be on the 90? Yeah, the 90, okay. Although I don't want to get too far into the valley, because I'm assuming these are highlands. So I'm going to have to do some mountain climbing, so maybe I should make sure I'm up on the ridge of this crater here, so that I have a little bit of a height advantage. But yeah, I will see you, I suppose, when we get there. This is, yeah, we're just going to be doing 2 biomes today. I'm kind of like, whoa, okay, yeah, the 10 meters per second. It's kind of interesting to go into, yes, orbital view, chase view, because this actually sticks with the position of the rover, so you get more of, like, a sensation of the pitch that you're on, and the way the suspension is moving and whatnot. It's a little bit disconcerting, but it makes it a little bit more... It's like a driving simulator with this view, or you can do this. And not look where you're going. Of course, this view is pretty awesome as well. Whoa, 10 meters per second there. 10 meters per second. Watch it. Whoa. Getting a little bit of hang time. Take it easy. So yeah, more science in a minute. Be right back. Don't tip over. Don't tip over. Yeah, that's, I suppose, the problem going on an incline like this. But just take it easy. Take it easy. Slow and steady wins the race. Welcome back, guys. I believe I have some good news to share with you. First of all, we made it. We made it to another biome. And also, I discovered some functionality in this this rover that I previously did not know that I had. But for comparison, we have traveled 13.2 kilometers from our landing site. Where did we come from? Oh wow, this is a great overview. Yeah, we came up through these two these two craters, and then down around here. This was actually a bigger valley than I had hoped. This right here was a steep decline. I had to be holding the brakes the entire time, and then a little bit of a climb around here. But the Kerbin folks wanted to get a look out on this crater right here. And then I did a crew report, and sure enough, we are in a different biome. There's some very interesting... Obviously, we have a very cool Kerbin rise about to happen. Yeah, we're a little bit on the wrong side of it, but there's some very cool, like, mountains I don't think I ever noticed before on the moon. This is a very hilly and very dramatic area in which we have parked and which we are exploring. But first of all, let me do some science here. The gravioli detector. Log the gravity data from here. Process that in the lab, please. Oh dear. Well, now there's going to be a backup of lab work to do. And then, well, okay, let's let them do this, and then we will we'll share with you the good news. Well, good and bad news. Bad news because it means I kind of screwed up an experiment, but good news because I've discovered that you can indeed clean the experiments and reuse them. The little pods and whatnot. Come on, guys. Get done with your work. I'm awaiting showing the audience the amazing things I've discovered. Hooray! Keep that data. But I thought, you know, I was clicking... This is the thing we transmitted. I was clicking on the actual experiment and thinking, oh, I can't reset it. You have to click on the science module, and now you can say clean experiments 1, and now it's cleaning the mystery goo containment unit. And it should slide shut. Yep. Now we can reuse it. So, good news, we could do that. Bad news, I accidentally reset... Well, I didn't accidentally, I thought I couldn't, and I reset this experiment in hopes of getting a better data from different biomes on the surface. But let's, anyway, to each their own. Let's observe that. Let us process that in the lab module. And then let us also do the mystery goo container, because we are in the moon's highlands. Oh, wait a minute. Wait a minute. When I did the crew report, it was actually down there, and it was the highland craters. Ah, so there are 3 biomes here. Yeah, let me review review the report. Yeah, the moon's highland craters. That was down... Dang it. That was down there. And then I climbed all the way back up here. Okay. Okay. So now... what else we need to do? A goo container? Observe the mystery goo. Now we're just in the moon's highlands. Huh. So even the craters are different. Although I don't believe... That was more of a... You know, I felt like that was... Well, I suppose a very old crater carved that out, I suppose you could say. But yeah, I was down there and it was a crater. I wonder if I get inside this crater, if that counts. It's a little bit of a steep drop. But we might have to do that. For entertainment's sake, let's also do... I already did the gravioli, right? Yeah, I did the gravioli. Let's log the seismic data, process that. Get a little bit of stuff stuck in your throat. And then... Well, while we're here, we should also... Those guys are busy, so let's have Luke come out on EVA and grab a sample. Oh, I should also deploy the ladder. Grab a sample, and maybe he can, on his own, go step foot into this crater and give us a report as to whether or not that is... Whoa! Okay. Whether or not that's a different biome or not. So, alright. Alright, the seismic scan is done. Keep that data. Alright. Let's take it from this rock over here, because that matters. Bathed in the blue and purple lights. Boop 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 ba doo. He saunters over. La la la. All right, I don't think I want to touch it though, because sometimes these objects make your Kerbal poof and disappear. Take a surface sample from the moon's highlands. Keep the data. Do an EVA report from the moon's highlands. Keep the data. Plant flag. And I call this Luke's Boulder on the Luke's Boulder in Highlands. I own this thing. Luke Kerman. No touch. Alright, Luke is getting grabby. I think I need to dispose of my sample before taking a little jaunt over into that crater, because you can only hold one sample at a time, or one EVA report at a time. Although I suppose I have to come back anyway, so grab. Boop 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 ba doo. This is great news. I should probably play this video game a little bit more. Whoa! Okay. Easy grab. Very nice. Oh, I can board? I can get in here? How many? Oh, okay. I was gonna say, how many people can this thing hold? It seems like it can hold a lot of people, but alright, now let's board. And then now process lab data. Okay, I've done that. Surface sample. Okay. Did I do this before? I don't know if I did this before. Process the surface sample before I actually transmit it. Oh, I might not have done that before. And obviously I can't process an EVA report. Okay. Yep, I'm done with that. Thank you. The surface sample is now 45. Keep that data. Keep that data. Keep that data. Keep that data. Keep that. Oop. Keep that data. All right. Now one last thing is the temperature. I don't remember what it was before, but we'll process that. We'll transmit, and then I don't know. Can we have one of the Endo brothers and Endos come on out into like exit, and actually I'll have him do the test as to whether or not the crater is a different biome or not, because that would be a lot more convenient than going all the way back down into that valley. All right, so now we need to transmit all the data. Let's transmit all of it, since we can reset these science experiments. Hopefully we have enough charge. 20 science. This is going to be like our most fruitful science. I'm going to have to send one of these. This is a nice rover. I'm very curious if it would be possible to land this thing on Duna, or a planet with an atmosphere. I would obviously have to fit parachutes. I think the lander is fine enough. The parachutes would do the majority of the heavy lifting. Like, heavy slowing, I suppose I should say. Food for thought. Food for thought. 54 science. Going to purchase all the things when we get back home. Alright, now let's have Endo, Exote, the science module. Ooh. Well, don't step on the solar panels, you boob. Alright, now you, sir, are just gonna roll right off the edge of that platform. Alright, we are going to have you enable that, enable your lights, have you precariously fly over your rover, and kind of have you just set foot into this crater to see if it's a different biome. Yeah, like right here, and then just gently, I said gently. Oh dear. Okay, he's sliding. He's sliding. Okay, now we're fine. Do an EVA report. Moon's Highlands. Okay. Alright, now let's have you... Okay, don't start falling down or anything. That's bad. Oh, this is kind of a steep gradient. Alright, yeah, I got your fuel. Alright. Alright. Take it easy. Alright, now where are you at? Moon's Highlands. I might have to go back down that, I mean, it might have to do with altitude. Like, maybe I need to get to the middle of this crater. This is a crater, right? I'm not being mistaken. Might slow it up. Be nice and careful there, Endo. EVA report? Moon's Highlands. Alright, I'm gonna go down to that rock. And then we'll come back. Easy, Endo. Easy. Watch your fuel. And... like a glove. Alright, EVA report. Moon's Highlands. Ha! Huh. Okay, I guess I'm still technically not in the crater. Maybe this is kind of too small of a crater. I wonder... yeah, it was right there. Maybe it's these craters are known as the Highland craters. Yeah, this is kind of a small crater. It looks gigantic. Alright, let's go back to Luke's boulder. The bum is naming things after himself. Let's watch our fuel and our speed as well. We don't want to overshoot things or go into a tumble. Woo! Watch. Alright. Ooh. Watch it. That is really a tiny crater compared to the other ones? Okay. Boop. Well done. Well, actually, we can speed things up a little bit. Stop screwing around, Endo! No! Alright, put away your RCS pack. You cannot be trusted with it. Oh, I don't have a... oh. That's a problem. I don't have any RCS... dang it! Design flaw! I don't have any RCS pods on this thing, so I can't refill their backpacks. Alright, we're learning things. We are learning things. I suppose not so essential on a, a place with atmosphere, but on a place like the moon, that's gonna be problems. So, I think I've run out of time in this episode, but there is a different biome. I suppose to be sure of myself, I could go back and get the science from down there, but to be a little bit more risky, I could go to, like, that crater probably counts as a Highland crater, but regardless, you can know that we will be getting more and more science from this mission, and I do like this rover design. I'm obviously finding some flaws with the lack of RCS and whatnot. Let's reset all of our experiments. Doesn't take that much electric charge. Yeah, plenty. And yeah, I do appreciate you guys watching and enjoying this launchless episode of Kerbal Space Program. It was without launches, but it was full of science. Full of science indeed that we can hopefully use to unlock more things and unlock the mysteries of the universe. Thank you so much for watching. My name is Kurt. I will see you next time.